Just we keep back to a new Gravity Falls review, and if you haven't seen the last one, go and check it out. We are back with the last two episodes of season one. Yep, we have gotten to the end of season one of Gravity Falls, and I can just say, not this episode, but the next one is an absolute amazing season finale, I would say. But yeah, we start with the first one before the season finale, and it's another cool one, and it starts with a rainy day at the Mystery Shack, and yeah, Dipper and Mabel are playing Battleship, and yeah, their Grunkle Stan is wanting them to laugh at this, which is Little Gideon. Yeah, Little Gideon, and promoting or doing this promotion, and apparently there's going to be this new thing at Bell right where the Mystery Shack is, which of course Dipper is wondering if we should be worried about this. Which yeah, then little Gideon is trying to take the deed, which of course Grunkle Stan and the others come and trying to sweep him away, which he does. And of course he's like, "Mark my words, I will get that deed." And yeah, and just looking through the window, like he is just evil for being so small and trying to be all innocent like. And of course he's got, the second book as well. And he finds this very interesting entity or being that he is going to be summoning to try to help. And yeah, they're watching this show, and Mabel trying to get any idea of what to watch. And of course, they're like, boo. And then Seuss says that there's a bat in the kitchen, which, of course, yeah, Grunkle Stan tells Dipper to go and do it. And, of course, he's putting his foot down because he always bosses Dipper around. And, yeah, they're just doing a stare off. And then he's getting angry and he's like, okay, fine. And, yeah, he gets all injured as well. And he's like, why does Grunkle Stan always do this to me? It's like he hates me. And, yeah, of course, Mabel is trying to get Seuss to lick his elbow. And, yeah, use this. It's like a Nerf gun, basically, to suit this picture. Which then he does this summoning spell, and yeah, Seuss and Mabel see him and makes everything slow motion at first, and then this weird portal thing appears, and this entity, Billy, as his name, or Bill, as his name is, and yeah, he is a very interesting entity because apparently he can see everything and know everybody's thoughts, and even getting taste from this dare and putting it back. And yeah, he of course wants his help to get the deed to the mystery sack, and they actually strike a deal on it. And yeah, of course they're having to go and save Stan, and Dipper is just sweeping and saying that yeah, they're telling him that Stan is in trouble, and he's looking through the book and actually seeing the being that they saw, and apparently do not summon at all cost. Which yeah, little Gideon already did, and apparently it's some kind of mind drain demon. Yeah, which enters Stan, and they of course have to go in one place to go and stop this dream demon, and that is in their Uncle Stan's mind. And yeah, of course they having to do the spell in order to go inside. And yeah, everything is like in black and white. Or yeah, all grayed out pretty much inside of his head, in his mind, and it's a very interesting place, I would say. And of course, they find that weird entity, and of course, yeah, Maple jumps and goes in and out, back out of it, and makes a hole in Dipper, and saying about behind one of these locked doors hides the room with the deed inside. and even giving Mabel her thoughts about these two boys. And yeah, she just absolutely loves. And of course, they're having to go inside, and yeah, there are so many rooms. Like we see fears, hopes, and memories of their Grunkle Stan. And yeah, we see different flashback or different moments from past episodes as well in the memories. And yeah, we see when he was in jail. Yeah, when he was in jail with some inmates, and then trying to sell this vacuum, and then when he's on this date, which yeah, of course, does not go so well. And then they say Dipper memories keep out, which of course Dipper is wanting to know what Grunkle Stan even thinks about him, just because of how he always like does all these different things to Dipper. But then yeah, he goes in anyway, and then yeah, it's just so weird. Like, and even says no refunds. And apparently, yeah, he then says, which is pretty heartbreaking, I bet. At least until later on when it continues this part. And yeah, of course, Seuss is wondering why he's so hard on him. And yeah, it makes Dipper all sad because saying that he is just like saying that wants to get rid of him, of what it seems like. Which yeah, very that hurts for sure. And yeah, of course, Seuss just opening this and he's like boring, like nothing there. Like for real, there has to be something behind that. We've seen him go behind it before. And yeah, we see this top secret, but apparently it's him doing something with his belly. And then they find this carpet and find this hatch, which it actually reveals is where the date is. And yeah, Seuss believes that he can be able to destroy it. And it's like, at first I was like, whoa, how are you getting powers? But no, apparently that's not actually the real Seuss, because the real Seuss comes out. And yeah, of course, that being has now gotten the possession of where this what the combination is. And Dipper is like, who cares about saving their uncle? Because he now knows what their uncle thinks of him, and of course he is not going to take any part of this. And yeah, of course Seuss is like, that's not cool. And yeah, little Gideon is wondering if he's got the combination, which then, yeah, it ends up getting suit into a memory of the bottomless pit. And yeah, of course, they managed to get rid of it, which then little Gideon cuts the deal off. And yeah, the being gets angry, and yeah, they get lifted up, and he grows all very powerful. And then Dipper then says the more about it, of how yeah, the reason why he's so hard on Dipper is because the world is so hard and stuff, and he's just trying to toughen him up. And he was always treated so badly and gotten so much hurt that yeah, we see when he was little and just being made fun of and stuff, and it's kind of emotional, I would say too. I would say, and yeah, him even saving this lady as well. And yeah, he's saying that he's getting really good, and he's proud of him as well. And yeah, even seals up his hole as well, which of course he has to go and stop that. And yeah, giving Seuss his worst nightmare, and even Mabel as well, and those two boys. And then yeah, Dipper comes with lasers and goes a hole through the bill. And then, yeah, of course, whatever they think, they can be able to use it, like these cat powers, and then these mystery coming out of Zeus's stomach, and then these seals, which of course reflect into his eye. And then, yeah, he is very impressed with them, and saying that they will meet again. They won for now. And then they're starting to actually wake up, or to start to go back into the real world. And yeah, they end up back in the real world, and yeah, their Grunkle Stan is wondering what was going on. And yeah, of course, Dipper just having some fun with their grunkle. And then little Gideon blows a hole because apparently he had dynamite, and he's now got the Dade. Oh no! Yep, he's got the Dade, which Dipper's like this, like we're still dreaming, right? Dreaming, and yep, here it comes, the wrecking ball. Little Gideon has little Gideon has seemingly won, and yeah, starts destroying the mystery sack, and we just cut to be continued with this view of nature. But yeah, a really crazy, cool episode, I would say. I can definitely say for sure. And then we go to the season finale. Yep, the season finale of the first season. And it's a really, really good episode. Way to end the first season of the two. And yeah, it starts with the mystery shack getting destroyed, which, of course, Dipper thought it was a bad dream. But apparently, no. Sue says it wasn't a bad dream. And they're having to stay with Seuss's grandma. Yeah, at her house. And yeah, I don't know what Mabel is doing with Seuss's grandma's cheeks. And yeah, they then see the news about how little Gideon has now possession of the mystery shack. And yeah, we see this picture of Uncle Stan, which is quite funny. And yeah, Dipper is just like, I can't believe he managed to bait us. And yeah, she's got the grappling hook, which Dipper is doesn't think that would even be any of use. Which yeah, destroys this jar of jelly. And Seuss has these toy cars, remote control cars, which yeah, of course, don't have any batteries. And yeah, of course, yeah, Grunkle Stan is like, we have to get the mystery shack back. Yeah, for sure. Which yeah, everybody is getting surrounded, getting together, and Gideon coming out. And then yeah, of course they're having theirs disguise. Like, for real, that's pretty obvious, Seuss. Like, he has this hat says not Seuss. And then apparently he's gonna turn the mystery sack into his own little attraction. Yeah, Gideon Land. And we have the mascot, which is Waddles, which that of course yeah, angers Mabel. And yeah, of course, Grunkle Stan is like, okay, that's it. Yeah, he's not gonna put up with this either. And they're trying to tell everybody that he is a fraud. But of course, yeah, the stupid police officers think that little Gideon is all innocent and kind as well. Like they're no help. And yeah, of course, they get removed from the equation. And yeah, Wendy comes there too. And of course, if yeah, we see Robbie trying to apologize to Wendy still, but she said if they don't get the mystery sack, she's gonna have to move. And yeah, they're just not knowing what to do back at Seuss's grandma's house. And yeah, we get this like this one is pretty emotional, I would say. I mean, yeah, it's an absolute amazing episode, but it's also emotional. Like I felt emotional on some parts. Yeah, we actually see Grunkle Stan just talking to Dipper and Mabel's parents, and yeah, just saying of how not so good they're actually doing. And of course, yeah, Grunkle Stan is completely broke. Like they are really down low now. And yeah, we see the constructions workers working on Gideon land, and poor Wobbles though. Well, Gideon is looking through the book and telling him to go back into the corner. And yeah, then Gideon's dad is just wondering about the whole book, which then Gideon actually tells him about the book, of how special the book is, and if it ends up in the wrong hands, if all of the books are together, or the secrets that would be revealed. And apparently, the other book seems to be in this very location that he needs. And yeah, they're just playing with the cars again, and their Grunkle Stan has completely given up. Yeah, he has completely given up. He then gives the bus tickets to Dipper and Mabel, telling them that they're going to have to go back and live with their parents. Like, he can't take care of them anymore. Yeah, their uncle can't take care of them anymore because Gideon has completely won. So, yeah, their uncle has completely given up now. But, of course, Dipper is like, he may have given up, but Dipper has not given up on stopping Gideon. And yeah, he's got the book right there to which of course we see these guards which they're having to find a way to be able to stop Gideon before the bus comes to pick him up. And yeah, of course hits Dipper and yeah, finds this mysterious thing when it comes to on the book. And then they find something that could help, and yep, it's those gnomes. Which, yeah, Mabel isn't so sure. Which then, yeah, we see one of them taking a bath with squirrels, and they actually cut a deal as well. Yeah, they actually cut a deal, and yeah, Grunkle Stan is just still on the down low, and sees Zeus that's actually working there, which, yeah, is having to go into the kitchen. And then yeah, we see little Gideon still digging, and his dad tells him that they got company, which, of course, telling him to give him back the mystery sack or else. And yeah, we see the gnomes coming out and storming towards them and trying to get him to surrender, which then he blows a whistle, which actually affects the gnomes and turns against them as well. And he takes the other book. Yup, he then has the other book in his possession, and he believes he's gotten all the books now. Which, of course, Dipper seems like he has given up too. And yeah, they then pack their stuff and go to the bus. And their Grunkle Stan is like, sorry, kids. And yeah, they just wave goodbye while saying their Grunkle Stan and Wendy and Mabel's friends as well while they're leaving on the bus. And yeah, of course, little Gideon scares off his parents as well to leave the room, which apparently he only got book 2 and 3. He doesn't have the other book. There's supposed to be 1, 2, and 3, and then we see this thing glowing up statue. It's a robot. Which then yeah, Grunkle Stan just still just can't believe all of this is happening. But then he actually has, after seeing this weird commercial as well, he actually has an idea of what's been when it comes to his hearing aids that keep going off. Which then he actually has the idea of Gideon's weakness and actually kisses Sousa's grandma on the lips and says like, "I'm gonna go and clean my face." And then, yeah, Dipper and Mabel are on the bus and saying all these disgusting things under the cushions. And it sees little Gideon chasing after them. And apparently Zeus is driving the bus. And yeah, they end up going on top of this mountain and then over this cliff, which Gideon is coming. And they manage to escape, but not for long and almost get crushed. And apparently he wants the other book, which of course Dipper doesn't have the first book. He only had the third one. And yeah, manages to toss Dipper, and his nose actually bleeds as well. And yeah, of course, taking Mabel with him, which of course he doesn't know of not knowing what to do, and keeps hearing the things that Gideon told him. Which then he then jumps and goes and jumps straight and attacks Gideon. And yeah, they end up fighting and end up falling, which caused this explosion to happen. And yeah, the whole robot is destroyed. Which yeah, the whole grappling hook actually came out useful. And the police arrive and everybody too. And they're wondering like if little Gideon is okay. Which then they're about to arrest Dipper and Mabel until Grunkle Stan comes and literally exposes little Gideon. Yeah, showing all these cameras because apparently those little pins, those little buttons with Gideon's face that he gave to everybody was cameras. So he's been spying on everybody. And yeah, the whole town turns against Gideon. Very satisfying, I would say. And yep, he ends up getting arrested. Little Gideon gets arrested and shakes Gideon and gets back the deed as well. And yeah, they are on the nose and saying of how they managed to expose little Gideon, and the mystery shack is back. Yep, everything is back. Everything is all good again. And yeah, we just seeing everybody just doing it great. And yeah, we then see on the papers as well, little Gideon in the big house. Yeah, and he could use a timeout when it comes to his own dad. Like, wow, I could definitely say. And yeah, they're just unpacking, and they're actually now telling their uncle about the book, and he thinks it's malarkey, like fan fictions and stuff. Which then, of course, Mabel says he doesn't need the book because he did all of that saving the mystery shack without it. But of course, he still wants it back. And of course, Seuss comes out with some water guns. But then we actually see something very shocking. At least I find. And yeah, we say that Grunkle Stan does that combination again that we've seen before and goes down to this elevator with all this different machinery. And then apparently he's had the first book the whole time. And now they have all three. They now have all three books. And he puts this code, the secret message together and unlocks this mysterious thing. And yeah, like I was not expecting this. Like, what is that? And that is how season one ends. A really amazing season finale, I would definitely say. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow the channel to see anything new. Like you know what I'm saying? Catch you next one.